So I'm out walking the fence line. You get to see all of the things that have happened on the farm during the night. Come check it out with her. And this is what I discovered this morning. Came off the top of that tree right there. See how much damage it did to the electric fence. A whole bunch of debris. I guess that's one nice thing about the electric fence. For the most part, pick up, toss off, and actually may have simply got this line here, that line, that. They all appear to be intact, and I think all the resistors or insulators are still on. I'm just gonna have to see about lifting this thing off of it. Hopefully it's not pushed too far into the ground, but I think I'm gonna have to go in from the other side. Let's see if I can get it done. Okay, I was able to get it so that it is no longer touching the electric fence, but it hung up on this tree. So I'm gonna have to come back and do some cutting and bucking up. But hurrah for the electric fence once again. One post, other post, and so far these annoying deadfalls haven't actually hit a post. Mind you, I'm gonna have to continue. Usually this is my path through along the electric fence, but you can see just where it popped off the top of that tree. And buried itself quite nicely into the ground. So I'll have to come back with a chainsaw and work on that. But perhaps I'll take you guys for a little walk. These are the branches I tore off so that I could get them off the wires. I really hope there's nothing more on the fence. You can see there's one tree that was across there. This one came down a couple years ago, and I put a bunch of it here to make my path a little easier. This one came down, if you look at my videos, a little bit more recently. This is a cedar that is leaning over, but so far it has a counterbalance tree on the other side. I think it's a spruce. Oh, no. And here I was all happy about the fact that the trees. So, let's see if I can figure out which tree. It was this one. Part of it fell here, and it landed squarely on my corner post. And you can see this is the post that was put in right beside the property boundary post, because you can't move the other one, but it's kind of sunken into the ground so you can't see it. But it drove this post really far into the ground. I am going to have to like pull it back out because this post was, oh, good. Let's see, it was an 8-footer or a 10-foot post. And I'd say maybe there's 4 feet still stuck above the ground. So I'm going to have to clear this off. Oh, I wonder what else I'm going to find. Okay, well, first things first, I'm going to get that off. And at least get them off the electric lines. And hopefully I don't get zapped. I think this time I'm just going to set you guys up and you can laugh at my folly. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, if I put this here, put that here, this sticky ground. There we go. I can lean the phone up against the stick. Wow. Hey. Okay, that's going to take a bit. So here you can see this line, this line, this line, and this line. If you go over here, the only one that's any longer sticking out is this one. All the rest of them are underwater and underground. This is going to be a bit of work today, and I was hoping to get a little bit more progress done in the garden, but this is what happens, and this is what you have to deal with. So when you sit there and go, why haven't you done anything in the garden? Oh, it broke the line. And there's the end of it. Right there. Reason is I'm having to fix things. Okay. So I'm gonna have to get a lever and some nails, drive them into the post and lever the post out of the ground again. And I'm gonna turn off the electric fence. But I may be lucky, and that might be the only things I need to fix on the fence today. This isn't the entire fence. I actually didn't start videotaping until I found that first tree. But these two areas are usually the worst for having stuff on the fence. Ooh, sliver. And there's Alva shadowing me. So when trees come down on the fence, I use them to slowly fill up some of these areas. That way I can actually walk along. Okay, don't see anything there, but go through here. I can hear the sheep. Okay. Fence is still good. Another tree that came through. You can see just on the other side of the fence where the end of it was bucked off and bucked it up. And here's the rest of it. It actually broke all the way through into there. It's a pretty big tree. And then we have this tree, which I rolled off a square off to there. And you can see I just got cut to here. But otherwise, this tree's still here. I think I have video of this one, but I don't know if I posted it. If not, I apologize. And as you can see from the branches and stuff, this is another area that tends to have bits and pieces fall down on it. But after this, so all the little tiny bits and pieces around the property actually join up and come out here. So that's why this is actually, water comes in from this side, from a lot of this side of the property, and then the rest of it, including most of that side, comes through here. And this is one of the old ponds that was dug out. And when they dug it out, they actually put in an island. So there's water all the way around. And I'll have to go all the way up there and check the rest of the fence. But since we're here, I'll take you for a little stroll over to this area. So there's a little bit of water coming in here, not much, but all the water that collects up here comes through there. All this little ditching helps keep these areas from being totally sloshy like that. And the rest of the water you can see is coming in over there. But this is what I meant by there is an island. And this is the second weeping willow on the property. I wouldn't be surprised if this willow tree was planted the same time that willow tree was planted, and that one is huge. I think the reason that this one isn't very big is simply because its roots can't go very far. It's on a little wee island. And there's some alder on it as well. I guess I could try picking the alder off at some point, but there's this old bridge. They must have had a little boat in here because you can see there's a little stainless steel hitch just over here on the bridge. But even though I have walked across it a number of times, I just prefer to not wander across it, and I put that there so the sheep are less likely to try to wander across it. Besides, there's 2 rhododendrons on this island, and rhododendron leaves are toxic to sheep. So thankfully, sheep will not go into water, even the tiniest little puddle, and they walk around it. It's something to do with their perception where they don't know if it's a hole. Which means I don't have to worry about my sheep swimming across to the other side of the island, because unless they get pushed in, there's no way they're going into the water. And here's another low spot. We're trying to get this area and put a ditch through here to drain all this water, because it actually goes up here, and we'd have to dig out a pretty deep trench on our side, because the actual ditch that is here is actually on our neighbor's property. So if we don't like the water, we need to deal with it on our side. And if the neighbor doesn't like the water, they can deal with it on their side, whatever water's on their side. And this is a little hole-like area, so every time I come through here, if I have a stick that has fallen down, I toss it in. And when it's much more filled up, I will come back and put in some soil and then put on some little manure on the top and seed it. And then it'll be nice and grassy like the rest of this. Sometimes there's trees you just don't want to say goodbye to. So just walk around it. And here's a pile of soil that will be very useful for filling in that hole down there. So I'll just grab a shovel, dig it up. It'll smooth out this area. Pick up a rock. Walk up the hill. There's a dip here, so I just keep adding to it. Slow but sure, it will get filled in. Low spots, grab stuff from wherever, pick up a stick, put it in the hole. Pick up a rock, put it in the hole. Remove stuff from this. Sometimes it's just better to use your rubber boot. And we have a twisted birch, or no, I think this is a twisted hazel. Yes, twisted hazel. And there. So now I know what I have to do this afternoon. Chainsaw, a lever, and some nails to get that post back up and cut up that tree and get it off the fence line area. I'll talk to you guys later.